Alright, in this video I'm going to show you a small shell script which basically use a dialog utility, which is nothing but to show you some information in a dialog box. It's a simple bash script. I found it somewhere in the internet many years ago and I heavily modified it as per my requirement. This is just a guideline. You probably bind with your requirement, but this is a kind of a fancy way to show certain thing in a dialog box. So here we go. So without further ado, let me get into my Macs, and if I can pull that file, system, here it is. So this is a file. It is basically a very ordinary bash script. Okay, so I have heavily modified it. So basic, as I said, dialog is a kind of utility which show a dialog box. So it is basically checking whether the dialog package is installed on your OS or not, and throwing it out to whatever the verbiage is it is spitting out on the terminal. So if it checks that it returns true, then you need to you don't have to install it. That means the dialog utility is already installed. If it is not, you need to go ahead and install it beforehand running this script, otherwise the utility will not work. Okay, so this is a small one-line function which clearly stated that it deletes a temporary file. That this you see, this $$ signifies is the current shell process ID, whatever your shell you are running in. Okay. Next, these are all rudimentary function which I have written, absolutely ordinary. So dialog has a facility of giving this kind of flag, back title, title. When I run that utility, you will see why this, but this is the way you need to specify that to get things in order. The message box is the dialog box where things are there, and then you have to pass the command output, which should be the last argument. These two are coordinate in the screen where the dialog box should be showing on the screen. Okay, so similar way, showing the calendar, showing the IO stat. Okay, and the coordinates get a little different for different stuff. This is the main chunk written by the original author. I don't know the name. If you find out the name, please give back the credit to the author, but I found it interesting. In fact, as I said it before once, I found it on the internet many years ago, and I heavily modified it. So this is a big chunk to delete a file, and it signifies is in a life resembles. Subtracting something from the life take a lot of consideration. Adding is pretty easy. Most of the time people are blatant way of adding stuff in their life, but when you subtract something which is important from your life, it takes a lot of consideration. Likewise, in this file, the delete function is the big one, and it is pretty normal, pretty very easy written, so nothing complicated is here, but it is big because it's explicitly make things clear that what it is supposed to do. Okay, so I'll post the link of this particular script if I haven't already posted it on the GitHub, so you can check it out yourself. Then there is a current user. This function can be replaced as I did. It comes with some other function. I change it according to my taste, my understanding. small function, and basically at the end it's a while loop, so you get it back to the main prompt. So as simple as that. It's not a complicated shell script. It's very ordinary, very explicit, and easy to grasp. If I can grasp it, you can grasp it too. So nothing. I'm trying to show you this. You might take a cue out of it and implement it in a better way or better, but it is a good thing for. Let me show you how the output looks like, so it might encourage you. Okay, let me open up a terminal, and if I do system util menu, and if I press enter C, let me go big. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so if I say this, press enter, see, it show you like this. And if I go here, and if I show enter, and so this is a simple thing. You can easily replace these functions with your required one. Okay, so it's not a big deal, but this is a kind of fancy way of showing stuff, and not necessarily I've been using it for quite often. So I'm doing this video just to make sure that you get the stuff, and if you have a better idea, you can implement this stuff in your way, or you could make things much more useful than what I'm showing it here, because I didn't try to do lot of stuff and try to make things complicated to achieve so many things at once. So modularity in the script, as you can see, it should be there. The output will be like this. Okay, so let me get back. Get rid of the terminal. So as you can see, these consist of a small function, and basically it is calling the dialog binary with the different flags. Okay, so and the script written in such a simple fashion, and it works in a simple way, so no fuss basically. I'm not saying it will be hugely useful to everyone, but as I mentioned it before, that you might use it in a different way or implement in a different way. This script is all about showing the utility of a dialog binary, as simple as that. Now how much you fuse in with that utility, it's absolutely up to you, and I don't know your requirement. One fine day I find it and I heavily tweaked it. It is still resides on my machine, so I pulled it up. I thought it will be useful to some people. That's why I'm making this video. So if you really wanted to know, and this is a pretty standard utility, you can see from the man page. There are a few flags, which probably, if you want to do something fancy or something has to be decorated in a much more eye candy manner than showing something on the terminal, so you might tap the potential of this particular utility. So it is a good thing and I have seen a lot of people, they have used this utility different ways, especially with the progress box and all this stuff. There are a few options. If you're really curious one, you need to spend some time on the man page, which I haven't explicitly done so. And I'm kind of, as I said, my clearly, I like man pages when there is a concrete example and it doesn't have one. So you need to figure it out how you need to go about it. So that means you have to have a little understanding how the screen coordinates work, how things should be fixed. I did a lot of stuff in that particular script by doing error and trial method many times. It didn't happen all at once. Although I get it on a platter, but when I customize it, something go airy fairy because I didn't want to bluntly. I just wanted to understand how it is working. So the moment I try that, something falls off. So I need to go back and check out and to fix it. So it might not be a big deal to you, but it was. So somehow managed to do so. So that's why I'm saying. So the point is that you can use this stuff to your benefit to get something fancy going on. So if I haven't uploaded this script in my admin script directory in GitHub, I might upload it and give you the URL in the description section below, so you might pull it down and play it with it. Okay, so I hope this will be some kind of fun to you, some kind of interesting things to you. So go ahead and play with it, and if you find out a better use case, please do let me know in the comment section, so I might take a cue out of it. Okay, thanks for watching.